I think he might have done it. Oh, here we go. And I'll need some
recording.
Yeah, but I don't have host anymore.
Give it back, Rory. Unless he's staying. He might be staying.
Nope. Now I'm host. I'll make him co-host. We'll have to find the little otters.
Yeah, it's after 11, so they're here now.
I'm not seeing any.
No taker, none.
Oh, there's the otters. Three of them. I got Charles.
Oh, I thought I had Charles. We both killed him.
I got Donna.
I'll let you take Susan.
Hey, we're live, guys. You let him in.
We're getting rid of the.
I know. I'm just letting you guys know you're live on YouTube is all right. I got that done.
We saw it. Perfect. Here we go.
All right. And pretty thorough on the page and why they need a separate thank you page, because this is the first time we're going to do another one.
Exactly.
All right. I'll you guys, for safety, I'm going to let you guys take it. I'll be right on.
Perfect.
Bye-bye.
All right. Here they come.
What did you say a minute ago?
Here we go.
That was close.
I don't do soprano anymore.
I don't do soprano anymore, but anybody that's ever played Mario, bro, anybody that's ever saved the princess knows there's that. Here we go.
I didn't play Mario. I played Spyro and Crash Bandicoot.
Well, you're not you got to be, if you're a real gamer, you've trapped that turtle on the stairs for all them free lives and saved the princess.
Exactly. All right.
I can only comment on that, Stacey, because that's the last game I ever played. That was a long time ago.
Oh, here we go.
I got
another one.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let
we
it
double got it, I guess.
All right.
Okay.
We'll get everybody in here. Hope everybody is enjoying their Saturday. I know we've got two people that won't be here, but with a very good reason. So we can talk about them a little bit. That's our very own Chris Babb and Jenny Post.
Well, we'll be with them later, right?
We will be with them later. They are inviting all of us to that Zoom at, I believe it's 3:00 Central, 4 Eastern, 2 Mountain. And they said, be there early. Don't come in even 5 minutes late. You may have missed the ceremony by that time. I'm excited. I made sure I had camera good hair and everything for this event. It's not every day that we have nuptials here, but
at 5 or 10 minutes still, I think the last thing you're thinking about is hitting the admit button. I can't get there early.
Exactly. So, all right. I think it's slowing down. Rory's going to be in here shortly, guys. He is going to get to he's driving, so he's going to get to a safe place so that he can talk to us. But we hyper focused for a while there on BEB 360, where we had you guys not only create a page on employee benefits where we do not mention BEB 360 or Savings Highway Global, but we also wanted you guys to create a thank you page. And I'm going to show you guys why you need to create a thank you page and do it very specifically on the permalink. Because otherwise that link that you're getting from your staff card, trust me, if you haven't gotten it, it's on its way. Matt has got it under control. But if you try to fill out your own form you're going to get an error if your page, your thank you page is not set up correctly. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys both my page and my thank you page, and I'm going to go through that real quick here. And I'm going to, so we don't have the issue from Thursday night. We'll do that first. Oh, let me do that. All right. So first of all, this is my employee benefits page. I have the words employee benefits towards the front of my title. It has to be in the title. It also has to be in the very first paragraph. And then your other keywords need to follow suit. They need to be throughout your page. It's just good content writing. But you're going to utilize that RRR247 CRM.com form. You're going to utilize that link by inserting it in this employee benefits page. You get that link by logging into the CRM and looking for yourself in the search. Click on your staff card and it will be in the notes there, or you may get it by email as well. I'm not going to commit that Matt is still doing the email. He's just trying to get y'all the link right now. So you can go look for that link later. Right now, pay attention to what I'm going to show you, because when someone fills out this page here, see how up at the top it says on my internet tab, Stacy Southward, SHG BEB 360. That way I know it's my actual form. They're going to fill out their name, their email, their phone, their company, their address, city, state, all of it is red, means they can't leave any of it blank. So if you're going to test it yourself, you cannot leave anything blank. If you're going to test it with your name, for the company, I would put the word test. Okay. And put in the how many employees you have, and then click the contact me. When they do that, it will bring them to your thank you page if you've done your thank you page correctly. Okay. Your thank you page, to make it, you need to just have the words thank you in the title. Don't get cutesy in the title. Just say thank you, guys. We are not marketing this. It doesn't need to be, green in that regard. It needs to be above 60, because this is a page we are not marketing. You do want to get the word thank you towards the beginning. Get your keywords in there. Have thank you as your focus, your primary focus keyword. Okay. And this is all under rank math. Then you're going to click on edit snippet. And this is the important part, guys. I'm going to zoom in on this. Can't have any excuses that you can't see this. Your permalink. This is all you should have for your permalink. Thank -U and the number 2. Don't put a dash in between the letter U and the number 2. Put them right next to each other. It is formatted that way because inside of this form, in the background, in the stuff we don't control, the way Daniel has it all figured out computer language wise that we don't ever want to have to learn, it is going to be tied to your permalink, your URL, like mine is 4m81.com /thank-U2. It will automatically flip to that if you have your permalink correctly. It's very important that you guys follow this, because we're going to be doing it again today. And we're going to be repeating this often. So we want to set that habit right now, that when Rory says we're going to use a form from the CRM, from the PBS Vortex, It's going to end up going, when they completely fill out the form, it will take them to a thank you page. And it needs, so we may have multiple thank you pages, and we're going to use the permalink, the exact permalink that Rory gives us. Think of it as the reason why when we do the coffee page, we only use the slug, the permalink as coffee. The employee benefits page, we're using employee benefits as our slug. He's tying it to the memes to help you let your viewers navigate more easily to your page. It's all about keeping Mr. Google, the little toddler who doesn't like to play well with others, happy, ultimately. Easy navigation. Yes, sir.
For those that started with rank math, didn't have Yoast, don't know what a slug is. What's a slug?
Permalink.
Permalink, guys. A lot of new people in here, I see.
Yeah, that's great. Love seeing all these new people. So pay attention when Rory's doing these kind of things where he's creating a new page. Those of you that are more seasoned, we all have a tendency to half listen because been there, done that. We know how to do pages. But Rory's throwing us some new, I guess, technology, new toys to help us keep people coming to our site. The great thing is when they get the thank you page, they see, hey, thanks for coming. We're so excited. You know what they still see? They still see all your category pages on the left-hand side. They can continue to window shop. Why do you think malls have huge windows for their storefronts on the inside malls, even the outside, the outdoor malls? They have huge windows. Why? They want people to window shop. They want them to see something that will grab them and bring them in. And that's what we want with our PBS, is get their attention, keep their attention. Hey, you saw this page over here? And I know you're making a Christmas list because you want one of these babies here, these tunes. Hey, guess what? You're looking for better teachers for your kids so they can get better education. You need to come click on this education button now. Or you want to learn more about getting healthier? You need to click on this now. You want to learn about travel? Oh, you saw the word free. Oh, we get everybody clicking on anything that says free. So that free things, come on in, grab everything you see. It's all free. The more the merrier. Go share that link. That's what we're trying to tell people. We're attracting them to our site, attraction marketing. So, order of things, get your page done for employee benefits. Get your thank you page done for employee benefits using the permalink thank-you, the number 2. Go get your link. Back it all up, back both those pages up, and go market the bejesus out of it. And then come back and do the indexing on your employee benefits page after you've marketed it. Because Google's going to be like, oh, it's already getting traction. It's already getting traffic. Yeah, we definitely need to promote it. Where if you index it before marketing, Google's like, why are you indexing this? You're not getting any traffic on it. Go get your traffic, then index. That's whether you've got Google AdSense or not. I'm looking through the gallery, looking at faces, making sure no one's overly confused. If you guys came in a little bit late because you're used to Rory taking his time on getting started, I'm sorry you just missed all the golden nuggets I just shared. You will have to catch the replay on YouTube of this podcast. Oh, wait. Hey, Niall, what podcast number are we on?
21. RRR247 podcast episode 21.
Are legal.
It's
We are
a legal
all the way
podcast now.
legal. So yeah, and then I'm just going to take a quick peek here. We did cover on Thursday night Zoom and Zoom etiquette. What we like to see, what we don't like to see. Hoping to see that recording up soon. If you missed it, find someone on your team that caught it and find out some of the things I might be mentioning about, like making sure your first and last name are showing, making sure your appearance is professional. Because we do use these for training. And by the way, we are live on YouTube. So if people were seeing you right now, are you proud of how you look? If not, turn the camera off. Except if you're Gary. I mean, Gary and Dell, they're literally, it goes Niall, Gary, Dell underneath my. So, all right. And I think we're just waiting for Rory to come back in. I don't know. There shouldn't be any questions. I would have liked to have showed you guys the CRM where your link is, but we all know what YouTube does to those videos when we show the CRM. So to find your link again, if you don't have it yet, you should by the end of the weekend. Matt is busting it all out here. You go into your vortex. In order to get your link, you have to be active in your vortex. Everything's circular. Everything is connected to everything here. Anybody figure that out yet? We have kind of, it's called circular marketing. One thing leads to another, and all of a sudden we're circling back around again. Kind of cool. But be active in the PBS Vortex. That's the $59.95 a month that you're paying. Your hosting for your PBS is your website. Two different things. Sometimes students get those mixed up. The $48.95 hosting fee is not the same as the $59.95 a month PBS Vortex. Once you get your PBS Vortex, then you start getting all these fun toys called links that you get to put into your PBS, your performance blogging system, your website. And you find those links by logging into the CRM, clicking on the search and typing in your first and last name, and it'll pop up. Staff card. Click on that where it says staff card and then your name. Click on your name. That's underneath staff card. It'll open up your staff card. Only worry about what's in the notes because that's where all your links are going to be. It's crazy. It's like we've got a system or something here, Dina. Niall, I mean, he's got it all thought out for us. We don't have to do any of that. What am I going to do next?
Well, I remind everybody, and I use an old analogy. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Everybody heard that one before?
Like that.
When something's working and it's rolling, and you take one spoke out, just one, it starts messing up, don't it? Then it messes up a couple other spokes, and then you're missing 3 or 4 spokes. It just doesn't work unless every spoke is in, tight, functioning properly, working. That's a system. Don't even take one spoke out. And if you find you're missing one, as soon as you figure it all out, then go find that other spoke, get it in there quick so you can roll just like everybody else.
Yeah. Well, Rory says, we all say, do what Rory does, get what Rory gets. If Rory's doing A, B, C, you need to do X, Y, Z to do, to get XYZ, you need to do ABC. Well, what is ABC? A is the anchors. Bella Vita, Savings Highway Global, PBS Vortex. A is anchors. B is your blog, your performance blogging system. Follow the steps to get that correct. C are the calls, these Zoom calls. You need to tune in. You need to do all of that. And I know a lot of you are working jobs. Totally get it. Been there, done that. It's how I started. You figure out a way to get a hold of the recordings. By the way, they're all on YouTube, the Tuesdays and the Saturdays. You can go watch them because they're being recorded live right now. And to find them on YouTube, you go to Rory space RRR247 when you're searching in YouTube, okay? And you type in that channel, you're going to see Rory and Tanya come up their face. Subscribe if you haven't already. And then open up the channel. And to find all of our podcasts that were recorded live, you click on that button that says live. Crazy. There they all are. You won't find them under videos. Videos are ones that we recorded not live. And Rory and Tanya edited them so that they were good to go on YouTube to be viewed later. There's a lot of resources there. I love here, Niall, that we get to teach people how to fish.
Mm-hmm.
We don't give them the fish, we teach them how to fish.
Have we met? My name's Niall. I love to fish.
Hey, my name is Stacy. I love to fish from a boat too.
Yes.
In fact, I love to fish so much. I'm having my HOA fish from the swimming pool, fish in the swimming pool next Friday.
No.
Yep, we're going fishing. Playing poker, they have to cast a line in to get a card that's in a baggie with a washer on it. They're going to use a magnet to reel up their poker card.
Trouble hooks allowed?
No. And we may have some sharks in the pool, making it even more fun.
Just get a nice treble hook on a spoon, throw it to the other side real as fast as you can. You'll have 3 or 4 of them bags.
Oh no, we're weighing them down to sink.
Oh, goodness.
Oh yeah, we're hitting the bottom feeders.
Yeah, there are definitely sharks down there. I love the analogy, the example of being a fisherman, biblically and industrially. Is that a word? Industrially, professionally. How's that? I love that analogy. It's that's a promise that Roy and I made to ourselves 30 years ago. We were going to fish the world together, and we've kept that true for 3 decades.
And you've let me tag along on 2 of them.
Yeah.
Punta Cana, that one was fun.
Speaking of sharks,
That was not Punta Cana.
yeah, no, but now I think I went last, and I had the biggest fish on.
Mhm.
But by the time I got it in the boat, I had the biggest fish head on because that shark was hungry. Not fun. That's why I don't like sharks. But it was great. I got a lot of pictures of that. You know what? I need to post those pictures. I need to write a page about that trip too.
I should write one too, because I don't think any of us knew Gavin could jump that high when a barracuda's coming for his toes. I refuse to really hold my barracuda. The tuna I caught, I was willing to hold on to, but the barracuda, those teeth were just too big.
Yeah, that was a good day.
And then when we went to Destin and we kept pulling up all those red snappers, Dina.
Yep. Oh, by the way, they were delicious.
I bet.
Yeah, fresh.
Fresh.
I mean, watching Captain Chris, our captain from that trip, he's been really.
He's been getting snagged.
He got snagged twice, yeah.
People think fishing is nothing but fun and luxury, and it's serious, and it can be work, and it's dangerous if you're not paying attention. Chris got a couple big hooks in his hand, got some big old welts.
Yep. Actually,
But
those
you know
were
what?
fin pokes. Those were fin pokes. Those weren't from hooks. Those were fins.
One was a hook, one was a fin post. Fin poke. You're right, poke.
Fin poke. Yeah, the big swollen one.
What do you
was
do when
bad.
it hurts? What do
Touch
you
it.
do when it hurts? Like the growing pains of a business. What do? You
Keep
just
fishing.
just keep fishing. Just keep going.
Yep. All right. So those of you that are just joining us here, we actually started at 10:03 this morning, and we talked about the thank you page that is related specifically to the BEB 360. A question just came in. How does the thank you page for BEB 360 differ from using the same keyword thank you as we already have in PBS? Because how Rory is tying it, Rory is using that slug thank-you2 and tying it right to the form so that it brings that specific thank you page up. So those of you that missed earlier, just coming in, you're going to want to go watch the replay of the first 20 minutes or so to get the specific step-by-steps, what you need to do. But you want to create your BEB 360 page, your employee benefits page. You do not talk about BEB 360 or Savings Highway Global on it. It's purely employee benefits. You go and write your thank you page using the permalink or slug of thank dash you, all lowercase, and the number 2 after the letter U in you. I know, I love the English language. Then you go and log into the CRM, look up yourself for your staff card, get your link for BEB 360. If it's not there right this minute, it will be by the end of the weekend. You copy that link, you insert it into your employee benefits page. When someone clicks on it, fills out the form, it will be tied to your thank you to page. Okay. And that's where you also do not want to have you don't want to reference in your title or anything BEB 360 or Savings Highway Global. Period. It's just thank you. And you go look at Rory's thank you page. You can go to rory3.com/thank-you2, and you can copy his if you need to modify it. As far as the concern of having duplicate keywords, we're not marketing the thank you pages, so it's okay. Rory's going to teach this more because we're going to be doing this kind of thing more often. It's kind of like when you guys go and place an order online. You place that order, what comes up? A thank you page. You go to somebody else's store, you place an order. Do you get the same thank you page that you got over here? No, you get that store's thank you page. Remember, we have multiple streams of income. So we're going to have separate thank you pages for each of our little stores or offers, our product offer pages. He told me 5 minutes and it's been 10. And that's a good idea. Thank you, Kelly.
And Stacy, for the brand new people that are like a week old, do they need to go ahead and do a thank you to page?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not till they get to the employee benefits page in their training. That's a great point, Dina.
Yeah.
Don't just make a note of it. Get a notebook of pages you will want to get written. And when you get to that point in the training, go do it then. Sell what's on the truck. SWAT. None of us did everything in one fell swoop. Some of us took a 6-month delay on getting in their own way. That was me.
Power of scrolling down.
Exactly. So no, but again, guys, if you don't do your thank you page correctly, when someone fills out the link, fills out the little the form, they will not get the thank you page. They will get told there's been an error. It's not the link that didn't work. It's your thank you page that was done wrong. We figured this out yesterday in my study hall, and I'm very grateful that my student brought this forward so that we don't know there's an issue till we know there's an issue. That's kind of also the purpose of the study halls and attending your instructor's study hall. Find out what you're missing out on.
Amen.
And I did put the link for Rory's thank you page in the chat. So those of you that missed the Thursday night training on Zoom, you can just go and click on the link. You don't have to just click it. It's going to open it up on your computer and you can bookmark it. And then come back and pay attention to what Rory's going to teach us here shortly. And then, those of you on your phones, you should be able to go to that chat as well on your phone. Click on it. It will open up, come back to Zoom. It'll stay on your phone as a new tab on your Google. Well, at least us Androids. I proved it out on my phone. And then you can bookmark it. And because it comes up on Google, if you're signed into the same Google account, when you come back here to your computer, it'll pull up. Kind of cool, syncing all of our devices together to give us a little more flexibility and freedom.
AC, thank you so much. You guys, I've got awesome stuff to cover, but these thank you pages and these little details, they're going to mean a lot as we keep progressing. And we just want to be professional as we direct people and let them know they completed something and so on and so forth. And we're already seeing a couple issues on the new one I'm about to go into. So also, everybody should be getting their BEB 360 links. I have Matt going top to bottom, everybody in PBS Vortex. Stacy Priority covered this too. They're coming. We're making sure they're done right, and we're deploying that. Okay. And we have 30 days in June.
Yes.
So in 3 days, I'll say it right. July 1st, there's some changes coming. And they're great changes. Yeah, Stacy's like, of course. I'm just gonna let you guys know. We always stress it, the Tuesdays, the Saturdays. I'm going to tell you this. We have a lot of people that aren't here that should be here. We have a lot of people that don't show up on Tuesdays that should be there because they want to change their financial future. We're rolling out some incredible things, guys. And those of you that are here are going to take advantage of it sooner. You get to adapt. We get to kind of troubleshoot together. And that's kind of where the winning actually happens, is figuring out the little tweaks along the way. So I'm about to show you guys a couple things. This is recorded. It's one of our live recordings on YouTube, so you can go back and review the stuff I'm about to cover. This is kind of a big deal because those that are doing V marketing, especially those that have been doing it for some time, we just gained more income. It's just another measure of the marketing, and I got to roll it out to you guys, in really good spectrum today. I'm also going to be covering a new page. So let's just get to that. everybody should have the ads and headlines Google Docs. We always overload it when we do this, but that's where I'm going to be working from. Let me go ahead and share this. And we purposely, guys, I'm in very high speed internet today, so everything's gonna be crystal clear. And for this training, it needed to be. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna go to my Rory 3 backup drive. I was gonna make sure that I back up everything in here too. So under the headlines and ad training, I'm going to PBS Vortex build. And Stacy, in our study hall, you show people, like, if you guys want to know, or the last thing that I was doing, you can come in here and there's let's see, where do you do it? How do you do that again? You go to just reset in the folder.
You can hit, most recent is the easiest, quickest way.
Last modified.
On mine,
That's modified, yeah.
yeah.
So you go last modified 7 days. You guys will see what I'm working on constantly in here. That's mine. That's in my drive. So if I go to, hold on a second.
Shared with me. Oh, you can't.
Yep.
From your drive.
You guys will see it differently. That's where, yeah. So headlines and ad training. If you come in here, let's see. I know there's a place in here to sheet. Let's see.
It's on. Mine is right. See where it says on the right hand, right there, where it says name. You can hit. There you go. Last modified.
Okay. So if you guys click on that, it's going to pull up whatever I've been working on. You hit the arrow.
Nope. Then hit the arrow, the up arrow. See that?
There we go. So there's the Evolve Real Estate. And some of this, I mean, you're seeing my stuff here. But anyway, I'm going to go back here to I'm just going to show you guys where it's at. But so I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go to PBS Vortex. I'm just going to sort by name. Okay, I'm going to go to PBS Vortex. And this is a lot of our ad stuff we're doing, places where we're pushing stuff out there. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay, so I'm gonna go right here to marketing, your PBS Vortex number. And in here, I want to spend a little bit of time on this. So I started working on this before. I put just the phone number on the page. So I'm gonna come log into here. Oh, hold on a second. I thought I was logged in. Everybody at the PBS Vortex, everybody at the PBS Vortex should be doing one of these pages. Okay. Now, you guys remember what we're focusing on, especially on the Saturdays, is content to blog out there, help boost our organic search, help increase our values of our Google AdSense cash, meaning pay per click. So I started seeing dollars per click again, because we're in some very high relevant clicks that are highly bidded by advertisers. And it's nice. And if you guys want to have the 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 days, you want to have those high intense clicks. I mean, it makes sense, right? You want to get the right type of traffic that's going to click on those offers and get paid. We are doing that at the same time we're writing. So I'm constantly trying to do all that, get the general traffic coming in, traffic of all types that's organic is great, that's real traffic. But you guys, I started seeing those dollar per clicks, $2.50 a click, $3 a click. Those add up. Okay. Now, you guys, in the financial space, that's the only area that I've seen them go to $25 a click. So, I talk about it, I get anywhere from a quarter to $25 a click. Okay. When I got $25 a click, that wasn't a one-time thing. There was every now and then there's a surge for some type of an investment. And those investment surges usually carry advertisers trying to hone in on those surges, and they pay top dollars to get in front of people during those surges. Okay. It's like in a bull run in the marketplace, it's going to be different areas. And so I like to capitalize on that, guys. I'm going to tell you, when you have a $200 average in Google AdSense per day, it's going to come from a combination of high clicks and lots of traffic. I know I'm saying simple math. I like everybody to be striving for that while we're doing this, because it just makes sense for what we're doing. But also, those type of consumers are buyers, right? If they're, investors are the best type of buyers. Usually they're a lot more sound and they care about their health a lot. You can tell you, in every mastermind I've gone to with investors, they all care about their health. In fact, it always comes up in a conversation. And those that are having health problems, they are so open to getting it fixed, and money's not the issue. So when we market to that, I know that cross-marketing brain I have is always honing in on this. So we're going to go into the real estate side in a second. But first, we got to take care of our house. Right. Guys, I've been on with Tanya going over like all the stuff that we got to do. Right. And how do you schedule it out and accomplish it? Okay. It's a steady thing. And every time I complete some big project, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a break from the next big project. I don't know why I trick myself like that to buy into it, because there's like two more lurching right behind it. And I usually know about them ahead of time. Right. So there's a bunch of things coming, and I'm in our study hall and I'm pulling up my own website, right? And I'm looking at things that I've got to clean up. I'm looking at things that I got to get done. And I'm with Tanya. I'm like going, help me like how to schedule this. And she gives me that look like, I don't know what you're going to do. And I said, well, what's our schedule like the next few weeks? And I said, because I know if I have stuff to clean up, I'm not alone. There's no way I'm alone. Second part is, if I'm trying to focus on these new projects and get everything caught up so that I can add these new projects. And the new projects are all things that are going to add to our bottom lines, meaning your income, systems income, make everything work the way it needs to work. So it needs to happen. So housekeeping here. And by the way, you guys, I don't know if you guys understand how awesome our leadership is, but they're amazing. And you guys, I'm going to put a little extra kudos out to Linda, Niall, that run the day-to-day stuff. Stacy is always running stuff, and she does stuff behind the scenes. And you guys, the training that she's giving you guys on Thursdays is to help you guys get through the stuff I give you guys on Saturdays. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these things we're rolling out, it's going to take more than a day. It's going to take more than the 2 hours we give it to get it up and going. They just are. And it's not just the veteran, I call us veterans that have been here for a long time, right? It's not just the veteran leadership, but we have new people. So we got to make sure we're double covering it so that they're not left behind. And so on the schedule, July 5th, and then the 19th. July 5th and July 19th are Saturdays. And we're going to go 11, like normal, 11 Eastern till 5 p.m. And these are going to be completely PBS work days. And I'm just going to be on there cleaning stuff up, launching the stuff that we have, basically catching up from old dust to the new. Call it spring cleaning even though we're in the summer. Yeah, it's just PBS work days. And the intent is, it's summer. We're going to about be busier and busier than ever. And I don't have time based on my priorities to go clean things up. Right? Unless I do it like 3, 4, or 5 in the morning, which isn't realistic anymore. I'm getting up so early. I got to, so we're going to have these PBS cleanup days. Now, for new students, they're going to learn a lot, because I'm going to be moving stuff, cleaning stuff up there. We're all going to be on there, and I'm going to probably cover things you've never heard before, because I'm going to be cleaning stuff up. I'm going to be doing things that I don't typically do. But my Rory3.com, which has always been my test PBS, which is doing exceptionally well. I've got outdated stuff. I've got stuff that I don't no longer want to test. I've got new things I've launched, so I might be sharing some new stuff that way because I'm testing things on those days. Okay. Also, I'll put out there our number one anchor offer. You guys, Velveeta is obviously we've gone through some amazing changes. Okay. And I'm not sure if I can tell you all this stuff yet. So I'm gonna try to say, I'll say this. There's changes coming. It's awesome. It's awesome. And what I guess I'm gonna go ahead and say this, you guys. I'm gonna say we don't need to really publicize this. We just go forward as if. But the Jeunesse name is being completely taken over by Velveeta on all products, everything going forward. It's Velveeta, not Velveeta Jeunesse. So the merging has been going very successfully ahead of schedule. And so you're going to start seeing the branding of the items change and go through stuff. Okay, now with the branding changes, there's some branding, some slight packaging changes. Guys, this is all incredible, right? And I was on with Costa. He's back in Miami now. He's been Asia, Europe, and I was talking to I would definitely say he's got a little bit of jet lag when he called me before he was even to his place. He's like, fill me in because we're gonna move on some stuff and there's things working. And I get out the call and I was really exhausted. It was one of these nights and I was like exhausted from just putting it out in the V marketing all day. And I looked at Tanya and said, well, I'm awake now. I don't know I did not go to bed till like 3 a.m. My brain just went into hyperdrive and I'm writing the notes and the stuff that we got to do. And I'll tell you guys this. So you guys, we have all these Jeunesse memes we've been putting out there, which is great. We'll keep those. That name's still out there, but all those products are going to be Velveeta products. All the branding. Costa's been protecting the future with trademarks and everything for all of this. And it's just nice to see that type of work being done at a huge expense because he's making sure that we have a business to be building decades from here. And I gotta it's nice to see it. And I'm just gonna reference this as a point. I serviced a lot of network marketing companies previous to doing the RRR247 path, and very few companies do these steps. The ones that do are multi-billion-dollar companies today, the ones that did. And so it's just nice to know that the leadership and the knowledge is being used for our future. It's just a very calming feeling. So we're going to be seeing some changes, and it's just because it's going all Velveeta. The acquisition of Jeunesse is complete. The leaders are all on board. They love the name Velveeta. When Costa chose the name Velveeta, it was a very universal name. It doesn't translate bad in any language. There's issues that could come up, and he was thinking that out. It's nice to see that now. Everybody's embraced that. Guys, we got an amazing name that still the world doesn't even know. And as we do our marketing and it becomes a household name, it's that rule of 17%. When the market hits the 17%, you guys, we all are in a position to have gained from that. Now we don't just gain by being a spectator and watching it, we gain by being actually in the movement. Just remember that we got to participate, which you guys, we're participating very well. And there's going to be some changes. Nothing should be shocking. But I have these conversations with them, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna XYZ because of it's better for this. We can do better promotions. We can do all this. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Let's go. And it just makes me want to just scream out to everybody what an opportunity we have, because it's like things are just so set for the future. So this is me just letting you guys know awesome stuff is coming. Just keep doing your stuff. And what you guys are gonna notice is I'm shifting gears on the memes around what's gonna be delivered. And so let's talk about that for a second. Memes and sayings, we launched a whole new thing. It's all part of PBS Vortex now. So you guys, anything we can, everywhere we can, we partnership, right? So do what I do, get what I get. If we can find a way to create a revenue stream, we're sharing it. All right. And that's our model. And so we were able to automate so much of how we do the memes and the delivery and the organization and the quality of the memes and delivery of all that. So what we did is we modified the pricing. I dropped the setup fee a little bit to make it easier for people to get in, but the setup fee, $20 of it is going to the PBS Vortex commissions. Then the price per month is $15.99 now. $5 of that is commissionable. So when I say it's commissionable, the entire amount that's commissionable is paid out. So, it's similar to like a BV or business volume. We just do it based on the numbers. So we're like, hey, we need this to run. We built in a profit margin of $20 in the setup. We dropped it, $20 setup fee. And that, sorry, it's a $49.95 setup fee, but there's a $20 profit in there that we pay out to the PBS Vortex. So now the memes going forward, now everybody before are grandfathered at their pricing. And as long as they maintain that, they keep that price. Any renewals goes to the new pricing. No exceptions. But we're big about grandfathering. You guys help build that. I mean, we have people that are on the original hosting prices. And for the record, Tanya and I are not, we are losing money on those, but we honor that. And you guys, that's something you win by sticking around. You get that pricing with us. We believe in the grandfather pricing, and we just figure that out going forward. You guys, those who are working here and building what we build, just like a company, right? If the company's ran right, it gets stronger and more valuable. Well, we need to share in that with everybody that's helped us get there. That's constantly how we do things. And I know I have to explain this because it's not the way the world works, but it's the way the world should work. Those who've been around building this are going to get rewarded because that's the way it should be. And we have it really good because those are working properly, get so many more things given to them because we can make it happen that way. And I'm just going to vocalize that's what we do. Our actions say it. But I just want you guys to know it's actually part of the business model we have. So, we want to make sure everybody's taken care of. Now, that being said, everybody that's building up and doing the marketing, and you get to CSI and then GSI and PSI and MSI. MSIs get a lot. They're going to get more and more perks. And especially those that are doing the MSI activities today and steady, those that have just been building that out. It's what we get to do. So the PBS Vortex encompasses all of our technology pieces, everything that we have under our roof. Everything's tied to that. All right. The one thing that we're not going to make commissionable ever is the hosting, because that's something we already subsidize. We want to keep that as low as possible because that's the beginning point to bring people in. So we're never going to subsidize, or we're never going to not subsidize that and make it. We'd have to charge like $100 a month. We'd have to charge like different things to do, and we're just not doing that. So you guys heard it. Call it a business meeting with everybody on the partnership side. However, you guys, there are things coming, right? And I know I've been like teasing this incredible new thing with Velveeta, and I'm still sworn at the freaking secrecy on it. And yet a big thing happened. But you guys, everything was going great to launch this new thing. Massive work, getting things done, going through it. And then the Jeunesse opportunity opened up for Costa. And so that obviously it just delayed things. And then when he called me, he's like, "Hey, we're back on this. Here's what's happening." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome." And I'm going to tell you guys here's what I like about the delay is it's not like we don't have things to market. It's not like if anybody doesn't have anything to do, I don't know where you've been, right? Like it's like there's so much going on, like and everything it works out the right way when you're doing the right things. Things just fall into place. And I'm here to tell everybody this. If there's one piece of advice I can give you, it's build your teams as big as you can before that launches, because you will never wish you had a smaller team when it launches. It's going to change so much and open up so much more landscape for us to market in addition to what we already are doing. It's added. It's added on top of what we already have. So if I'll give you my perspective. As busy as I thought I was, I know that I need to do more because the opportunity this creates is so big. And you can only, it's get your team built. The bigger your team, the bigger you're going to be able to win and help your team win. I'm just going to say that right now. So if we got months for that to come, fantastic. Send me 90-day plans we can work out between now and then to get bigger so the opportunity amounts to itself. It's going to be phenomenal. Like it's going to be an epic addition. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I think I said everything I could say without saying what I can't say. And this thing, guys, get prepared. Okay, V marketing. I'm just going to do a couple of things on here, guys. We knew we solved it. We tweaked and we knew we solved it with the way we do the assisted V marketing and the way the leaders have to work with it and the juggle of it. We solved it. Now it's just executing, right? And we're executing. And the proof's in the outcome. Like it's awesome. We just keep plugging on that. We keep plugging away and understanding your priorities and what to work. And you guys, I had where we were staying, and I'll put this thing in Orlando. I got a nice re-education on the internet accessibility in big cities. So there were some fiber cuts in Orlando that took out a lot of the big things. Well, when the fibers are cut, what do people do? They go to their cell phones, right? Well, Orlando already has they already aren't, they don't have enough towers for any of the carriers here. They're under what they need to be, and there's expansion plans they're building, and they're not going to be completed until sometime next year, 2026. Okay, so when there is an outage, then the cell phones just get worse because everybody goes to the cell phones, which don't have enough output. And it's a travel city, so they don't know how many T-Mobile users or AT&T. They just don't know. But apparently, we're on T-Mobile. And apparently T-Mobile were so maxed out. They literally said, look, I don't even know how you're getting service because it's so locked up right now. And, and I was having the problems. And I'm like, well, okay, so, I take it for granted when we don't have it. But I guess what I'm saying is apparently sometime in 2026, those problems shouldn't be a problem anymore because they're going to be oversized for it. And then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, how much more radiation does that mean? Like, how much more are they going to be putting in this dang city? And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to get more tunes in my pockets and then just let everybody know. And then I'm like going, what an opportunity, right? Instead of like, because now it's like, because I know for a fact that the EMF harm is real. Like, I know it is. I also know that this helps tremendously. So now I just have even more to like present that on. And I'm just like, how lucky are we that we have a solution that we can tell people about? Like, how lucky are we? All right. So I want to get more and more memes done on that. And I'm working through this. And one of the things with the new delivery is, before we kind of had we had our price points and the labor points. Well, if I want to deliver 8 or 12 in a month, it's just up to me to deliver 8 or 12 in a month because we changed the entire economy of scale of that. The thing about the memes is it's the power of consensus. And I know Stacy did an incredible training. It's going to be on the ongoing trainings that we walk people through as they do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and so on. It's in step 4, or it will be in step 4. I'm still trying to get that stuff done, folks. Like it's, and I know I'm not lazy. I'm definitely not watching TV. I'm not even watching sports. It's just there's only so much time in the day, and so by the 5th of July, I might be doing some of that on that day, depending where we're at, and knocking it out. Like I just got cleanup days, so the 5th and the 19th. That's the days that I can pull that off, and then I still want to get more of these full V marketing work days, like if you guys, because doing that V marketing at a high intense level, when you do it and you learn it, it slows down. Like I had chaos going because of the internet. I have 18 people that I'm following up with that I couldn't really reach out to because I didn't have the internet, and I can't call from I didn't have enough bandwidth to even use the CRM. It doesn't need much, but I could even stay connected, right? So I'm doing, and the thing about it is it's okay to do that. I'm reaching out to the people. The right ones are going to still show up. I'm going to have a very busy week, and I'm going to have a very busy next week. And at the same time, I have just watched people that went from assisted to where now they're assisting others, they're doing their own, and they basically are flying off without me. That's what's supposed to happen. And seeing that actually work, not just be a theory, it just has me so freaking happy because we're going to help people that could never got the help before because we have the systems in place with that to get everybody successful, get money coming in so they can actually focus on this. Like everything's lined up, right? Not to mention, the IBO program is insanely good now. Like top to bottom, great. Right people running it. And now we got these incredible advertisers on, and I was just going over a review on Friday on that. You guys, like everything is so good. So when we're working with people, it's just there's just no. I want to say I don't feel like there's any friction points except for I have old stuff I got to clean up. So now we're going to attack that, get that off, and it's just like an office or your home, right? If you got a dirty closet and you keep the door shut on it, it's still dirty. You know it is, and you'll be happier if you just open that damn thing and clean it up, right? And that's how I'm feeling about my PBS. And my PBS shouldn't be my catch-all, whatever else. I need to clean it up. So there we go. Let's go to these pages. And let's have some fun. So I'm going to come here to the marketing pages here. This is the get a call or text. And what I did is I gave you guys, actually, I'll just go ahead and open this up. You guys can just copy and paste the code right into your system and then modify it, right?
You're muted. You're muted. Sorry. My
No
bad.
problem. I'm back. Okay,
I'll take that one.
Everybody should know what your PBS Vortex number is. It should be on your PBS. It should be on your SMS text. We use this in the messaging we go out there. It's also on your staff card. It's on the bottom. It's the same thing as your Twilio number. And I think we covered this before. And I when I first did this, I just saw the phone number up there, and then I realized that there's issues with the URL path using a number. So we can use numbers, but we got to have words, and preferably words before the numbers. So I just made mine, get a text or call from this, and then I put a question mark at the end of it. So I'll show you. So this is the page on marketing, and then the keyword obviously is this, but also the number itself. And it's not, and I don't know if it's going to show up yet. Like it'll show up at some point because nobody's marketing this number. Nobody, right? I mean, and so I was going to do a search based on that number. And I just want you guys to see this. I want someone else to pull it up. This showed up for the first time today, but look, I marketed it in classifieds for free, and it's already showing up there. So two things. Hold on. Two things I wanted to say. Actually, three things. One, I don't really need to say, but I know my stuff. I know it very well. Okay. The second thing, this digital printing press stuff is phenomenal. And I guarantee nobody really understands the gravity of what we have. You'll start seeing it. Here's the third thing, ad posting, something that I've had very respected colleagues tell me doesn't work, freaking works. You guys ever wonder like if putting all your stuff out on Classify for free is really worth it? I'm, I'm just saying. You guys, when did I put this up? Stacy, when did I do this page? Last week?
Um, let me look, because when did I do mine? June 21st. So yes, last week.
Yes. What did I do? Let's go through the steps. Okay. I built the page and then I waited a few days and I got it done. I started it, right? I started like a lot of times. Like I get so excited, I start. The thing that okay, so guys, let me just, do you guys ever have a project table and you start projects? Karen, I know, like Karen, you're a crafter. Crafters have projects and projects, and you get real excited. But also, knowing Tanya as a crafter, I know that she's going to freaking finish that thing or it's going to drive her batty, right? Because you want to get it done. Well, when I build a page, if I don't throw out every one of my thoughts and start something, I'm afraid I'm going to forget it. So if I don't write it down, I go start a draft. Right. I always have my book with me, so I'm usually writing it down. And then I go do the draft as fast as I can because I know that once I put it in a draft, oh, it's going to bug me till I get it done. Okay. Now I got a few things in there I got to clean up. Like my mummy page, that one, I got my whole Christian spin I got to get done on there. And for some reason, I want to get it done. Like, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, if I ever have a spare moment, I'm going to go jump on that. But I haven't had a spare moment. That's why, again, PBS cleanup day is just necessary. We're taking 2 of them. So I go start this out there. So I started that page. A couple days later, I went and launched it on Classifieds for free, and I documented it so I could teach you guys that on a Saturday. Why did I go do that? Because if you just build the page and don't go link post it, it's not going to get seen for a long time. Remember, I always say it's priming the pump. Okay, I'm going to the first thing I said. I know my stuff. So I tell everybody, build the page, go prime the pump with it. It's not just giving you busy work. It's because it literally is effective. You guys just saw it. In less than a week of me doing the Classifieds for free, now Classifieds for free is pulling it up because they're already out there. And that guy building Classifieds for free, he's from I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if he's Libyan. His family immigrated over here. Hardworking guy. And he bought that from another individual and saw the future with it and has been working and working to get it. He's been hacked a million times. He's been overran a bunch of times. But his vision was always to be a classified release to work with organic search and everything. This is why I've supported him. Okay? And I'm still not, I'm no longer bitter that he wouldn't let me just buy it. It's okay. I'm okay with that. He can run it. That's fine. I was frustrated when it kept going down. And then those ads, you guys remember those ads that he was trying to make money and they were putting stuff in there that was nefarious, right? They said you're a scam and it was causing problems. And I'm like, I believe where this is going, but this is going to kill it, right? Anyway. So it's okay. I understand that, you know, sometimes you don't have a price on things. Anyway, so here goes. I posted out there. Now, you guys, I also use everything else too. I have not done US net ads. I've only done classifieds for free because that's all I had time for. This is part of my lesson. You should have a minimum thing that you're going to do no matter what. You get the page finished, you'll push it out on classifieds for free, spend the time to do all the states and just call that good and go back and do more later, but at least prime the pump and get it going. Now, this page is very special for what we're doing in B marketing because, you know, I'm hitting hundreds of people a week. And you know what people do when they get a number that says scam likely? Now, mine doesn't say scam likely on every carrier, but I'm going to tell you AT&T just does it on numbers they don't show up. They just do it. They don't apologize either. And there's no way to register to fix it. But if I don't pay, they don't deliver, but they'll still say scam likely. Well, so you're going to say, well, I guess we can't do it. Or you're going to say, let's just be better. Let's just be better. So, we're working to have our descriptor show up better. I want the descriptor to say marketing is freedom is what I want it to say. Okay. It's tough. I'm working on it. Because if it says marketing is freedom, I think they can relate to the book. It ties into everything we're doing, yada, yada. So, in the meanwhile, I know that they're going to search for that phone number. If nothing comes up, nothing means nothing. And if it's a bad number, a nefarious number, people are posting that on there. There's services out there that say it's a bad number or whatever else, right? So I want to be ahead of it by building a page that says exactly what we are, ties it right to who we are. We're not hiding, we're not behind it all, we're in front of it. And we all need to do it on all of our PBS Vortex numbers because so for us, it's ideal because who are we reaching out to? People that said they want to make money posting ads online. So if they go to it and see that that's what it's about, they're going to realize it's, oh my gosh, this is tied to that. Right. And then they also get to see they get to see our PBS and they see a lot more tied to it. We can put a little bit of information about who we are or what we are and, what we're building. And it needs to be a very positive read. Right. Like Karen Weatherford, you've been here for X amount of years. I've, with this organization, we've had amazing events all over the world or all over, the countries. I love what we're doing here and just a little bit of a storyline about where you're there. And I can't wait to work with you. And this is something you'll never see anywhere else. Those are things we should be saying. Right? Those are things we should be saying on that page. And now it's an uncategorized page. I mean, I'm not drawing attention to it, but when attention's drawn to it, I want to be there. Right? I want to be present for when it is. I also want to use the lure of suggestive marketing to get people to click on here. Why? And I'm just going to be repeating things I've been teaching you guys for years now. I want to prove validation of that number. I want people to be clicking on it, and I want to prove that we're the authority for a link to that number. I also want to drive other curious people to it and get them to the PBS to look around. But I want to be on that way so that when people look for that phone number, Google's got me on the top. And then what usually happens with us, right? Competitors are going to start paying for ads to be on top of it. And then it ties to it all. And then that's a good day, right? And then it's a good day. Like when sponsors are above you, you got traffic coming. Because if people are just going to, sponsor, not competitors show up, you're made a big impact. Like if you want to know, the best flattery for me was when I got attacked from competitors. Because I'm like, oh, I'm kicking your guys' butt so hard. Now you have to play that way. And I don't know if you guys remember, but it's one of the biggest, I'm going to call it a chess move that we ever made. Is when we were getting targeted so bad, right? And Rory's a scam and all these things, but check out our program, right? And I'm like, wow, first of all, I check it, it's flattery. And then I got with our lead team and I said, you know what? There's got to be a way to protect against this. And that'll make us better. What can we do? And I'm not even kidding. Within 72 hours, 3 of us came to the same conclusion. And we instigated it, and then we've been rocking on it ever since. And it was like so cool. It's just so cool. And like it's just knowing we have all that. Well, I'm looking at this as one of those kind of moments because I'm like, I know people are gonna look where that phone number is, and people are used to that. They Google that number. What's that number calling me? Especially when we call them over and over again, right? Now they can look at their text messages and see it. But a lot of people, they're being trained to go to, they're trained by Google, right? To go search and see what it's about. I don't blame them. So if they're going to, I want to tell them what we're about. I also want to have it be so good, right? That when I do my appeals with AT&T and T-Mobile and Verizon, the one I hate. I didn't want to say their word. I didn't want to give them any notoriety at all. Dang it. Anyway, when I go argue with them, I want to give proof that, okay, we're doing the right thing. This is who we are. This is what we say we are. You can't be putting us to scam likely. I can become better and give them a reason not to do it, right? So all this is part of the plan, and yet it's in addition to everything we're doing. But it's also, you guys, how awesome is it that we get to become better and do things that we need to do anyway to gain more traffic? Like even our problems become a circular solution to what we're doing. I just wanted to highlight that. Like makes me feel so awesome. Like it's like even my problem can help me generate traffic. Everything can be aimed at the PBS. Everything. Right? And so as we go on this, now the other thing I'm going to I'll put on there is we still need to do a good job as a community at PR, right? Because the people that go out there and we have complainers, guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. Nobody's going to come in here and go click and make a bunch of money. We don't work that way. It's not get rich quick. It's not some loophole that the government's going to pay you a check because you're part of some Indian program. Guys, we make money because we sell products and services. We sell products and services because we set up marketing in order to sell products and services. It's just what we do, right? It's what we do. All right, I'm going to pull this up. Um, I'm gonna share my screen again. And granted, Google searches are going to show up differently based on who you are, what you do, and all that stuff that's there. But me seeing this show up, and then this Flickr thing showed up, and then there's another classifieds for free, and this is business opportunities ads in District of Columbia, right? Um, and then it says right here, in order to show you the most relevant result, they've omitted entries of similar, right? Well, I'm going to repeat the search. And then here's another one. Here's another one. So two of them came up. And it's classifieds for free for the win for me. But that's where I put it out there, right? But it's showing up now. And if you click on it, right, it takes you to classifieds for free. Right? And it comes right here. And then I use the chat GPT photo, did you get a text or call from this number? And then I got members only on the bottom. So, I made it look, hey, okay, but it's business opportunities. But I can post this in any category and get kind of creative about that image, right? And it's out there. And you guys, that's what I did. And you guys, right here is the ad I ran in the classifieds for free. Obviously, you guys know, don't use the same one, like modify it, please, right? I don't know if classifieds for free kicks it off because it's the same, but modify it. You can reword it, say the same type of thing, but modify it, right? But I'm just letting you guys know exactly what I did. Here's the images I put up, right? All for that number. And clearly somebody knows what he's doing, right? And so that's out, all right? And everybody with a PBS Vortex should absolutely get that done. All right. In fact, yeah, I mean, I could almost do a training specifically on that, even more so. I built it out last week. We got snippets to show it, but even a full training on this is worth it because of what it does. And then, and it's on that number, and you want all your team to do it too, right? You want everybody to get that done. And it's another page and as original as possible. It helps for that. But it's got validated. And what you guys need to understand now is because it's showing up in that search, Google knows it's mine. It's tied in. It's helping with the indexing. There's no downside to what I just did on that, right? And I can make multiple pages on this same thing so that multiple pages, multiple things come up for that same phone number, all tied to that. Now, why would I want to do that? Because one article is saying it once, But if I have 2, it's even better. 3 is even better. 4 is even better. 5 is even better. Because if I flood Google with I'm the only one writing articles on this, and there's 10 of them, I can cover the front page by myself. And it's going to make it harder for somebody else to come in there. That's why. Not to mention, right? You guys, I know that my brain works a different way, right? And I'm used to this. So I'm going to give you guys the ideas that come up to me in relation to this. Every single category in US net ads and all the various ones, every single category in classifieds for free, I can make a compelling, directional, questionable, like draw you in to check out that phone number and then send them there, right? And here's the thing is I can make a unique page on it, right? Did this number call you? Do you know that, there's amazing recipes from this phone number, for instance? And then that can send to a page that talks about what we do. And hey, we have a great amount of recipes. You guys, I can do it on anything. I can make a story about anything that ties to that number and get it listed out there. Also, it shows my number as a relevant number. And yes, I want to focus on the business opportunity side, but I can create another page for anything else that I want to feature. And this gives me an avenue that nobody else is probably marketing to help get me authority in the eyes of Google for any other topic. Does this add up? And this is the tool, you guys, I didn't even think about until this became a problem. And so what my point is I give everything as a maybe, right? And so now when I have a problem, I'm like, oh, what's this going to open up in possibilities? What's this going to open up that I didn't think of before? And here we are. We have a whole new way to market anything we have. And basically it's another doorway in. We basically, took a sledgehammer to the side door in the garage and put another door in. We weren't planning on it, but man, it seems nice to have a door there now. And that's what we're doing here. Right. And it protects what we're doing business wise, because we're sending out texts, we're calling from these numbers. And if people look it up, it's there. And when people look it up and they're going through classified free to us, you guys, all that does is prove validity. All that does is help us in the eyes of Google and everybody else validate our authority on the subject. Now more than ever, I'm very thrilled to tell you that priming the pump is very effective and everybody should possibly be doing it you should do it on every article you write. And now we have another angle we can use for different things. Right? So, I mean, we could use that phone number even for weight loss solutions or whatever. I mean, there really is no limit. And if people call or they text, they come in. So if they text your number, they're not in the CRM, it's supposed to create a lead. Now, it'd be tied to your number. We're working on things like that. Remember I told you it's my toolbox. You guys, anything I dream up, we can accomplish because of the CRM. And so I just look at things differently now. So like back to the thank you page that Stacy was teaching you guys on, we're going to have thank you page 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s down the road because we're going to have people do actions and we want to think and we guide them to a different thing. So get used to that process. Thank you page 2, when that came out with our BEB page. We've been blogging we've been teaching the blogging world since 2008. We added that new thing not that long ago. I'm going to tell you guys, as smart as I am at this, there are boundaries that I haven't even understood that are open yet. So I'm constantly finding new things we can do. Like I will never be bored. I won't be. And that's probably a good thing. I just love all the different angles that we have on this. And here's the thing, right? Tweaks matter. Little tweaks matter. right? You may not be happy with your traffic on your Google, on the Google AdSense side, and you feel like you're doing everything possible. And then all of a sudden you just go do one of these pages, and then all of a sudden everything starts working better. That one tweak was all you needed to get the recognition and authority that you needed to rank up higher. I've seen it work that way. And also, incidentally, this last week, and I don't know if it's related to this because I don't know, but I told you I'm getting those higher clicks. I had a traffic surge too, and I'm not even sure where it's from yet. Now I can go isolate it down. I probably can figure it out, but I can also use that same time to just create more pages. Remember, and this is an important thing. I know people like to watch things, right? I like to watch stats. Well, you guys, I'm watching stats on things I'm paying for. Make sure I'm not losing my butt. Make sure that our marketing cash is being well spent, not wasted. Do you guys know what it costs us to market this way on Google? Is anybody even paying Google to market your PBS? I don't pay them anything. Nothing. It's pure profit. If I make $1 that day, I made $1. If I make $26.54, I made $26.54. There's no cost to me for that money coming in other than what I've already spent time to build a page and the stuff I'm marketing on. So I don't need to watch the stats. What I need to do is just build content and know that this process works to get it launched. If I do it right, it's going to work right. But anyway, this has been a fun day. Let's go to the next thing. Okay. I'm going to go to my dashboard and I'm going to go to this this other website. So this stuff's all here. I got it backed up. Let's see, I'll put it right here. Hold on. I'm gonna get out of the PBS Vortex. We're gonna go to headlines and ad training, and we're gonna go to Evolve Real Estate. And let me go ahead and close this. I'm gonna put this over here. So I'm gonna log back in and re-update my pages, repost them. Okay, I'm gonna come here. And in Evolve Real Estate, we have an SMS script and we have a page. And I'm gonna pull up both. All right. Now I've added this to the updated version of our SMS scripts to give new students as we go forward. Those of you who don't have it, this is where I put it. And I need to make one edit on here. So let me go do that really quick. It's text 4. Thank you, Niall. Okay. And I'm going to go over this tier. And I wrote down, I know I wrote the commissions down somewhere. Let me go look right here. Okay, I'm going to go to the template of templates. Leaders all have access to this. Someone made a copy. I'm going to delete this. Okay, I'm just going to state this. When you guys make copies, they need to be moved to a folder and out of here. We don't want to confuse anybody. There's only these two that are here. Here's the SMS messages. And what we're talking about is down at the bottom. And I actually put the commission total. So remember the PBS Vortex, when we say whatever we say is commissionable is the full amount we're paying out. Okay. And we pay out 100% of it, 50% to tier 1. So the person that brought it in, their instructor, and then their instructor. So tier 2, tier 3, and then the MSI gets a 10% tier down to the next MSI. Okay. So the free previews, they go to pay registrations. And when they pay, we get $60 paid out in that tier, right? And when they upgraded the bigger program they have, we get a $700 commission on there. So That's what it pays out. So tier one gets $30 and then 350, and we have nothing to do but refer them in there, sending this text. So this is to be sent 3 weeks after last communication, period. Period. All right. And then you send out your text, it'll have your name in there, right? And you're going to send them to your multifamily page and whatever page you use for this. Now I'm using multifamily because that's the actual niche of the real estate project is multifamily. Multifamily homes or apartment complexes, condominiums. That's multifamily. You guys, we have a lot of people looking for opportunities, and they're the same people that look for real estate opportunities. We're spending a lot of money to get in front of them. If they're not responding to our PBS after that many weeks, we're going to just open up another thing for them, and that's what we're doing. So let me trace the process. Tanya and I fund the marketing. We pay for the leads. You claim them in your PBS Vortex. You're going to send them all the text, and we're working to get them in the program that we're marketing, which is performance blogging, right? And with the Marketing is Freedom book and being part of RRR247, right? And if they're not responding after we do text 1, text 2, text 3, and 3 weeks goes by since our last communication, and we have not moved them to be a customer, they're not responding for what we have in there, we are going to send them an additional thing they can look at, which is part of a program that is connected to our marketing, connected to what we do here. And if they take action on that, we made it commissionable. Now, I'm going to tell you that's the commissionable amount that we get as a lead generation company. We put the whole thing in to pay you guys. It's profit sharing. That's the profit we get from it. We put it in there. Now, there's cost to the marketing, but we decided to put the whole thing out there to just make this even more of an opportunity to drive more people into what we're doing, to keep more, aggressive on the marketing, to also be forward thinking on how we, maintain things, to keep things going. And, this is what we added. And, I know Niall, he knows me. You guys are starting to know me. We might have a 5th one, a 6th one, a 7th one that we do down the road. And so for that reason, we're building up these leads in our CRMs. And so we're working on, 25 at a time, but we're also building an ascension marketing process. So when I tell you guys, we're gonna go back to consistency talk. If you're working 100 leads a week, that's 5,200 a year. Okay, that in 2 years, you're at 10,400. Okay. And so on and so forth. We are finding ways to take those leads and get additional value from them where we weren't before. We are cross-marketing them. We're just doing what smart marketers do. And this is something I've addressed with the instructors pretty well. This is why Tanya and I did so well in lead generation is we were smart. If the lead didn't buy what we were marketing and coming in for, we always had something else to offer them, an upsell, a downsell, something else. And that's where we were able to make the business work where others couldn't. And in some cases, we made more money on them saying no to this and yes to this. But if you rearranged it, it didn't work. So, we had customers that we would generate leads for them at an amazing thing. That's all they could spend. And we lost money per lead. Like $10 lead. Like it cost us $10 to create them a lead that they were paying us for. But we made so much on what the leads did if they didn't buy that it just worked. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so I'm going to just like paint this picture, right? And I know we said it before, and I'm just going to say it again. Those who stick around get paid. Yes, we've been doing this for a long time. We don't sit around and do the same things over and over again. We do the same processes, but we're constantly making it better. So we're not doing the same thing. We're making it better as we go, right? And when we make things better, they make more profits. When they make more profits, everybody's winning. So what we did here is, we took something that we already spent the money on. We're already spending the money on the leads. And instead of us just doing something with it, we're including you guys all in the process and sharing the revenues. So not only did we find a way to take our philanthropy, give you a way to build your RRR247 businesses, but now we just added a way to take that same stuff to create even more money for you by just doing another action. And you guys, it takes 15 minutes. My record's 11 and a half. It's as fast as the CRM let me go, basically, to send 100 texts. There's no follow-up required because it's all done in the web page. When they go through the steps and they log into everything, it's in the same CRM. We already know who they came from. Tracking the commissions are already done. All the integrity is in place. So let's go back to the page and just review things. And I just want to state this. You do not need your own link for this initial page. The way we're doing things. You guys, now hear me out. This multifamily page is intended only for the PBS Vortex use for follow-up. It's not intended for direct marketing it out there. It might get that, but right now it's not. If we're gonna be doing direct marketing for this process, first of all, I'm testing it. I'm not sure what that's gonna look like. We will need our own link. At that time, we might change it to where we use that link here too, just so that we keep everything double tracked, but we're not there yet. I don't know if we need to create another link for it. If we do, we will. But if we do, it'll make this work even better, or just double track it. It's not going to change what we're doing now. We don't need to wait for this to go. We go now. Okay, so this is not a page that people start with and get to modify. This is a page people get going, right, in step 4. Okay, and in step 4, it'll be, modify this page, get it up and going. I might have to do a set video just on this, because right now I'm just rolling out to you guys. I'm probably gonna make some tweaks. We might make this a better page as we get going. I've already tweaked it several times since I launched it, and I'm working on the conversions. Conversions are everything, right? Yeah, and you guys, we don't need tracking code on lead that's already yours in the Vortex. We don't need it. When we look at who bought, it'll pull up and say, that's who we already know who it belongs to, and we already know who to pay them out in the PBS Vortex. I'm trying to make it simple as possible everywhere we can. Now, I'll repeat, when we go to market this as a standalone project in our PBS Vortex, at which point we're going to be getting leads that may not be in the Vortex, then we're going to need a separate link for that. Okay. I don't want to do that till we need it yet, because we're working to simplify the entire PBS Vortex links process, so that if I roll out one of these crazy new marketing things, we all can get our links immediately. I'm creating this thing to where it doesn't take a lot of time. Right now, it's a big program time. But I do want the ability in the very near future to say, all right, here's a new thing. We all need new links, right? This is what they're going to be, and they're done. All right. That day's coming. We automate everything, right? Guys, as a CEO, my jobs are pretty distinct what they need to be a good CEO, right? Reduce your overhead. You got to reduce your cost of business. The lower your cost of business, the higher your profitability is. It means you can last the times, right? If you got a high cost of business, it makes it struggle. We've done that big time over the last couple of years. Next, increase profitability. Well, we dropped our costs and we increased our profitability because we took stuff that was overhead costs and we made them commissionable, revenue sharing. That's what we're doing constantly. All right. You guys, just go to work. We got this so mapped out. Okay. The other thing is find more opportunities to add to the business, right? Find more ways to add profitability to what you already have. Well, that's something I do all the time, constantly. The PBS allows us to do that. If we didn't have that digital printing press where you just kick things out at will, we could not do what we do. And so I want you guys to understand, like when the development of the PBS came out, I already knew what it meant because I was already deploying things in a very different way because it didn't work like this. You couldn't have one domain with all these folders on it and get the keyword stuff. It didn't work that way. It was one keyword per domain. Changed in 2007. So, guys, I used to kick myself. Like, why wasn't I teaching this before? Why didn't God set me on a path before? You know what? The technology wasn't even ready for what I was going to do. And I didn't even know what I was going to do yet. Like, I didn't know until this came on me one day, and then I was launching it. Everything would just happen that way. Yeah, I look back, it's pretty phenomenal. Timing, everything, it's just awesome. And now here we are just making things even better and we go forward. We've come across some incredible home runs. I mean, you guys, it's nice to not have to switch out things that we're marketing all the time. It's nice to have those steady, stable anchors. And everything we work with has been pretty honed in and it just gets better. All right. Let me go back to this page, share my screen. Yeah. Okay, here goes. So, we do constant training on this. Dina, Niall, you guys are going to get on here in like 19, 20 minutes or whatever. If you would, I know you guys have plenty of leads over 3 weeks old. I want you to go to your oldest and show people what that looks like and just send 100 to your page if you guys have that ready. Here's the news too. And I'm gonna tell you guys this. I'm just going to point this out, right? Like I already understand it. So let me go to this page.
Man, I can't believe he gave you 19 minutes heads up. He must like you.
Thanks, Rory. I love you back.
So here's the thing on this page. Okay. I got a student that's in B marketing, right? Oh, look at that. Did it again. I click to close it and it sends me to I'm trying not to click on my own. That's going to drive me nuts. Okay. This is my link, right? This is my link. I'm going to close that. And it's got this on here. Well, because it already tracks to me because of the CRM. If Niall doesn't have his multifamily page yet, he's going to lose out on getting traffic directly to his site, but he doesn't have to wait to do this. He can send it to mine until his is ready. Why? Because the link doesn't matter. It's gonna track this based on who it belongs to in the CRM. So if you got people that are like, hey, I don't have my multifamily page yet. Well, first of all, let's just be realistic. Just go copy the dang thing from here. Just copy mine, modify it with you don't need to change the links in it. Just get it up. Yes, you should rewrite it, make it a little unique for yourself for the keyword stuff. But to do the marketing we're doing now, it doesn't matter. If you already have Google AdSense, it's not an issue. If you don't have Google AdSense yet, make sure you modify it, right? Make sure you modify it. And there's some other verbiage that we get to put in here and work on. We're going to be working on this for a while. Like it is good enough to get to marketplace, and we're going to tweak it for conversions as we go. So we got that page, we pushed it out there, and and we send people there. What's the worst case scenario? They do nothing. What's the best case? They click on it and actually attend and go forward. And then anything in between, we're getting traffic, which means we're getting validity to our system. It is literally, there is no reason not to do this. However, I'm going to stress the rules again. All right. I don't want you doing more than 100 in any single day. Not only that, I don't want you doing more than 500 total in any single week. So don't do 700 in a week. The most you can do in a week is 500. Now, many of us don't have that many to backed up if you're brand new or doing this for a while. And some of you might say, well, you didn't consistently do 100 every week. Well, now you see why I keep telling you guys to do that. It's because I know there's other things coming that just weren't ready yet. And also, consistency is everything. If I'm sending out 100 V marketing texts every single day, I'm going to do a lot. Well, if I'm doing it every week, I'm going to do a lot. But if I do 100 here and there throughout the month, I'm not really building a consistency pattern. Yeah, I'm going to probably get there just slower. And because we're working in teams, we want to get that going. And I want to really stress that because I told you guys, we're going to be on this V marketing, how it's done, how to execute it for weeks. It is such a big deal, but it's also something that I'm touching bases on things that no one probably learned in any other line of work or school or what you've been doing. So I gotta stress this, okay? Our Tuesday millionaire course that happens, the millionaire course that I do after the PBS training, we're focused on this big time because this is absolutely all the action items necessary to create $1 million income in a year. You want to make $20,000 a week to become a millionaire. 52 weeks. Well, 50 times 20 is $1 million. In case you wonder where the math comes from. All right. It's not one of those things, you guys might have seen it like on social media. Do you know if you save a quarter every day, you'll have $30,000 at the end of the year? You guys seen that crap? It's okay. I'm giving you real numbers. 50 weeks times 20,000 is $1 million. Now let's go over our cost of our overhead for our business, shall I? I think this is fun to review. You get your PBS set up. You come in standard, you come in VIP. VIPs are here for 1, 2, 3 years. They've got things established, they've bigger commitment level. And then standard, you're paying $48.95 every 90 days. You can come and go. You want to leave, leave. You're not committed as much. Okay? We made it easy. Too easy, really. $60 a month. Okay. Then we got to get involved in Anchor One. And that's got a buy-in, a one-time buy-in, and you get product with that buy-in. You get heavily discounted product for that buy-in. Right? So you can try the very products that we generate our revenues on. Now I'm going to go over that more, and then we go to session. We learn about that in session 1 to get them up and going. And then we go to session 2, and we're getting the PBS Vortex, which that allows us to build traffic. It allows us to build our teams. It allows us to establish additional commission systems in what we're doing. Right? It's not like anything that's out there, guys. That is 100% a creation of RRR247. That Vortex. That's us taking advantage of things we needed to build and making it happen, right? That's it. The third thing, right? SHG. So we got a membership we get to offer people, very low entry. They're constantly doing stuff with it. There's so much in there to go through, but we have great content, creation there. Fabulous. Okay. When I summarize the income, when you are doing the process right, session 1, session 2, and we're guiding this, then we get people going in session 3 to do V marketing. We set everybody up to win because they can just become appointment setters to help the team grow, or they can do the full thing and they merge their way across. And people are going to be more willing to share with others when they're making money. I mean, because it works, right? Posture is just going to be better, right? It's just going to work. So I'm going to express a few things here. Okay. You get into Velavita and you got, if you have customers, it qualifies your minimums. But I think most of us buy enough product on our own that we qualify. It's such a minimum prep threshold. It's 24 BV every 4 weeks. However, if you order 48 or more BV, it counts as two 4-week cycles. Anything in 24, 24, 24. If you buy 96, right? That's 4 weeks of 4, or 4 periods of 4 weeks, right? So technically, if you spend about, like 250 or whatever it is, you got free shipping. You get that you're basically, I can kind of guess on the products, right? If you were to buy like a reserve, a brain, and Nara, all right, that's probably almost enough BV for like 16 weeks of activity. You're gonna be buying more. Everyone I know that consumes brain like I do on a regular basis, I talk to them and like, yeah, I don't need to order again till like 2027. Okay. Now, several of us have been here for almost, like, we're nearing 5 years of being active, enrolled, going forward with Velveeta as a business, and they have a 5-year retirement program. When you're retired, you're qualified. You don't have to pay the yearly fee anymore. So it's like, those who stick around, not only do we get paid, but we get extra perks because we've been building something. And guys, Velveeta is the only company in this industry that's ever done something like this. Ever. They're probably going to be the only one to do it. And it's all like, again, I knew Costa's vision. Niall and I actually went and sat down with him before we did this. We've known him for a long time. I'm going to tell you, like, it worked out perfectly, right? I was writing my book. I had sat down to go out to Fort Lauderdale. I was going out there just by myself to write, right? And I'm remembering this, you guys, because I want you guys to understand how big this is. Bigger than me. This is bigger than this is. There's a lot happening. I just want to share it so you guys understand what we're part of. I booked this trip January of that year. You guys know Tanny and I book out our lives way in advance. So I booked it for like July. The first, like, July, right after the 4th of July or something like that, I think is when it went out. I can't remember. It was after the family stuff. And Tanya's like, yeah, you can go and write your book. And I'd already done other weeks. And you guys, and I'm going out to the Miami area. I'm going to be right on the water, away from everything, just to write. Okay, I booked that. I didn't know Costa actually was living in Miami. I thought he was still in California. I'd been working with him, but I knew he had a place there. I didn't know he was full-time there. It wasn't like I planned to go see him. But he launched this in May. We talked in June. I was going to go out there, and there's an awesome story to it, but we sat down, and when I understood that this was a longevity, big time things, and here's the vision where things are going to go, and we're building this to adapt. We're going to, I was like, I looked over at Niall, and Niall and I are both like, okay, we're doing this. And we were trying to look for ways not to do it because we were just happy where everything was. Niall, were we not?
Well, my version of that story is so much better, but yes.
I know it is. And we probably should share it. Maybe we should share it because it's good. And
So,
you guys,
he's there to finish his book. He asked me if I want to come to Fort Lauderdale and hang out. I was like, sure, great. What are we going to do? Hit the beach, go fishing? I don't know. Have some seafood. So I just packed a little overnight bag and headed that way. On my way, bud. About halfway there is when he called and said, you're not going to believe who just stopped by. And then at the end of that conversation, it was like, he wants to take us to dinner. Can you please come to dinner with us? Do you mind? You remember Costa, right? I said, of course I do. And he said, we've got to find a nice way to tell our good friend, no, we don't need another acre. We don't need anything new in our mall. I was like, okay, great. He said, did you bring a jacket to the beach? No. So we had to go shopping for jackets. But as soon as I walked in the door, he gave me one of them snaps, and I said, what is it? And I looked at it, said caramel macchiato. He knows I love caramel macchiato, anything. So that's a good choice, by the way. So I spun it around. I said, how's it going to taste? And he goes, well, you tell me. Snap. Yeah, well, it's actually pretty good. What's it going to do? I can't tell you. Oh, God. That's just how he is. I can't tell you. No placebo. Okay, great. I was in such a good mood, had so much energy. We went into a clothing store, and I looked at the back, and I seen Robert Graham jackets, right?
Oh.
Such a good mood. I bought a $700 Robert Graham jacket just to go to dinner with Costa for one night. That was a good mood. But then when we got to the table at dinner, I remember Costa talking to me doing this, Rory. I'm Googling everything because my middle name's Google now. And when he went to order that bottle of wine, you leaned in and said, "You can speak up anytime, bud." What did I say? Rory, we got to have this product. We got to take this to the world. He goes, "Yeah, that's what I thought so too." Oh my goodness, well, we got to figure this out real quick.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, it was
in the
life
conversation
changing.
with Costa went to, okay, where we're going, what else can we get? I need weight loss, I need this, I need that. And we kind of knew where it was going from there, but it's just yeah, it's the reflection back on it though is, I like to reflect because it's like it's nice to know you did the right moves. And you guys, I'll tell you this too, and it, the stuff we were selling before, we were selling a lot of it, and it was going great. And there's kind of a weird thing, and you're looking at it, and that company now has changed so much. I mean, everybody's left that company that was doing anything there. They sold out. They did a bunch of changes. We didn't have to deal with any of that because we just migrated instantly, right? And that's the one thing that's really like I look at that too. Like you guys, we unplugged and plugged in, and everybody's like, "Yeah, let's go." Everybody's loved it. I'm just here to tell you guys, like, we're gonna go through a couple changes here. Amazing, and to protect things, and I'll be able to talk about it shortly. Shortly, but just know that everything that's coming is amazing. Like it's built so that our future's stronger, right? And Costa's job is the same. He's a CEO. He's got to minimize overheads, and he can't compromise quality because the company is based on the highest quality products. So he can't go get that cheaper chicken, and he won't. I'm glad he's that way. We've seen it happen in companies. I saw it happen in a company that I swore would never do it, and they went the cheaper chicken, and I never wanted to work with them ever again. I want to know, I mean, Bella Vita, they provide amazing products. They pay us. That's their role. Great customer service, which we don't even like. We step in for that if we had to, but it's great. We just go market, build what we do, right? And cost of goods, right? He's got to do whatever he can to make sure that he's getting the best cost of goods, making the best things, economy of scale. And you guys, the company just jumped up in scale. And then he's got to do everything he can to make sure he's paying the field as much as possible. And Costa loves to pay out. He's always like, how can I do more incentives? How can I do more bonuses? Right. And so everything, like, he's planning this stuff out there, and he's like, Rory, and when we do this is what he says, like, I can do more bonuses. And I'm like, promotions. And I'm like, okay, I like what you're thinking. I like this. Like, he's like, how can I do more for the field? Because, you guys, like, incentive trips, mean a lot. I'll just put this out there. I know there's several of us on our way to qualify for that car, qualify for that trip. Keep plugging. And I told you guys this before, right? As we're going to be marketing. If you are consistently adding two, and I'm gonna go on the numbers, right? If you're doing 2 to 5 new PBS students a week, you're going to qualify for everything. Now, if you're not doing 2 to 5 a week yet, get your team doing 2 to 5 a week. Then get your team doing 5 to 10 a week, then 10 to 20. Now, how does that happen? All right. Now, again, this is all part of what we're doing in the assisted bee marketing. It's all part of what we're doing here. See, I can only do the work of one person, right? I got life going on. I got things that are going to happen. I might lose my internet for some weird reason and lose some of my productivity in a week, right? I'm one person. But when there's 2 of us working, now I got 2 going on. Even if they're only part-time, they can only, work 100 leads that week and send maybe they only give you 5 to 10 appointments in that week. That's more than I could do for myself too if I'm still pushing everything I have. And I start with that one person setting me, and all of a sudden we bring somebody in, and we bring another person in, and we bring another person in, and it's in their team too. And one of them decides they're going to do the assisted bee marketing. They see this, they get going. Now there's 3 of us, right? And then before you know it, there's 4 of us, and then 5 of us. And eventually the person that I brought in that's setting me is now setting their own team and working it. And now I can go bring somebody else in, or I can help work with somebody else down there and help add more to what we're building. And now our team goes to 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And the more we have doing the work, well, obviously, the more PBS students we're bringing in, and the more PBS students we're bringing in, the more that actually see it and start going forward. And we're building Anchor 1, we're building Anchor 2, we're building Anchor 3, in addition to building all the ways we make income through our PBS and all the marketing that we do. Everything's growing because the systems are allowing that. Now, when you break down the income, guys, I think I started this before. I'm gonna tell you, Bella Vita represents 50% of what we bring in. Like if I look at what I make on the PBS businesses, on the RRR247 businesses, 50% of what I bring in comes from Bella Vita. 35% comes from the PBS Vortex. 15% comes from SHG. Even that 15% is way more than the overhead to run this business. Not counting the leads. So let's go over it. You guys, if you do it smart, your overhead is $180 a month. If you're building and doing it smart, your overhead's taken care of because you have enough customers that you're offset at all your costs already. If you have 4 or more personals in SHG at the same level you are, you don't pay no more. So that eliminated that. PBS Vortex, if you have 4 personals, you don't pay anymore. And you're making money as the tier 2 and tier 3 kick in. Bella Vita, if you got a left team and a right team and you're adding customers, you're probably making more than you're spending there too. And now you're just building profits. But the thresholds only to get going is so small. So while people are getting their motions going and building, it's $180 a month. Well, if you start doing assisted V marketing within your second week, you could actually have PBS stuff happening before you even have that next, month. And it, depending on the, most packages you come in with the Bella Vita, you got 8 weeks before you got to buy again. So before you even buy again, you should be making money because you have people coming in and enrolling and everything is going. That's how it's intended, is to be profitable pretty dang quick if people just go and follow the sequence. If they delay, well, then it delays payout. But the team is building regardless. That left team or that right team where they came in is building no matter what, because now it's going. And because we're doing the assisted via marketing and we're building teams, we're building set momentum that's going to happen even if I have a bad week. Even if I have a bad month, even because the team's carrying us. Yes, we solved it. Now we just got to execute. And that being said, Dina, do you want a 5-minute refresher?
Absolutely. I've got to figure out what I'm doing, Rory. Thanks.
Do you have your multifamily page?
I do, yeah.
On your text that send out.
Sorry?
You have the text to send out.
Yes, I just need to change the name on it to Dina. I've not done that.
Boom, there, you figured it out.
Yeah. But if they respond, I'm sending them to a different page, right? Which looks odd.
Send them to your multifamily page.
To my page, not the one that says you are pre-registered.
A pre-register page, like if they get funny about what they're saying, say just go. So you're already. If they say like you already have my info, if they say anything weird, send them there.
Okay.
That's just you almost don't need to worry about that at all. But some people are like, I'm not filling this out. And say, well, you can just go register for a time then. That I just gave that as ammunition because I've been responding to people, and I noticed that I could just send people straightly there when they gave me a weird thing. I just sent them there.
Okay.
And remember, I've tested this. I know it works to a certain degree. It's ready to launch with everybody, and we'll be tweaking it, more as we go on. And the more we do this, the more you guys are going to get used to this, so that another thing comes out there and we go from it. Also, so this is text number 4, and Niall's like, we're just gonna make this number 4 because we know that pretty soon there'll be a 5 and a 6, and I can tell you this right now. 5 is around the corner.
Actually, put in the MSI chat right now. We're doing text 4 now. Next will be 5, then 6, Text 20.
So let's look at this, right? Like we get people started on marketing, and week one they do 100, week two they do 100, and they keep going. After about a month, they can now retarget that first 100 again. Well, those that are making the money and they go more full time and they start working 200 or 300 a week, they have 200 or 300 in a month to do that with. And we're just finding ways to increase people's income for doing the work. And we're building these teams. There's just no downside to this. And I'm working on these other things. I probably should be quiet now. It's just going to take advantage of the same process.
Yeah. You should. You probably should. Hey, Tanya, can you go to Rory's desk?
So
It's like the AWeber system on steroids. That's all I'm seeing. This, AWeber of the 90s on steroids.
So Niall, do you remember? So we use Response Magic forever. And remember, I told you guys when we did the PPS Vortex, we're replacing that with the future. I told you that. That's what this is. And email, by the way, isn't the future. It's SMS. And now we just got to find a way to keep it legitimized and don't get blocked, or do it according to, I would call it, the mandates of the carriers. And again, that page that we're building to verify who we are with that number falls in line with what they want us to do in registration anyway. They want people to know who we are. So we're doing it in a way that they don't ask to be done. Most people don't have blog pages or do information pages about their number. I mean, who thinks about that? That's our world. So of course we should think about it. I'm almost ashamed that I didn't come up with this sooner. Almost. It sometimes, we get guided for better by given a problem. Right? When an obstacle is faced, it's a time to elevate your game, right? Not say, oh, poor me. No, this is a chance to get better, right? If I don't have a hurdle to jump over, I'm not going to exercise to get the ability to hurdle over it, right? I'm not going to build myself up to overcome a challenge I'm not aware of. We don't do that. We don't think, we don't know what a challenge is until it faces us, and then we got to deal with it. Right? We don't have a crystal ball that says, hey, tomorrow's challenge is this, go get it fixed. No, we're presented with the challenge first. It's how we adapt, right? We're all going to get knocked down. Getting knocked down in life happens to everybody. No exception. It's how we get up that matters, right? It's what we do after we get knocked down that matters. Right? And this all goes back to my core training with you guys of RRR, right? Reset, refocus, recommit. You're going to get knocked down. It's how fast you get back up and get back on track that matters. You take too long, then you got overcame by an obstacle. You figure it out and go forward. I just live this pattern so that when a problem faces me, it's like I instantly go to what? What's the solution? What can I do with this? How can I better with this? I don't have time to wallow. I have time to overcome because I've trained my patterns of life to overcome. And that's the RRR way. That's exactly what that is. I really should bring up the RRR more often because it is why I act the way I act. It's why I do what I do. It's that measure, it's that process or that habit. It's a habit. To reset, refocus, recommit. It's a habit. And I find myself doing it constantly. So, I mean, it's like breathing. I don't even think about it. And if I slow down, I look at my day, I'm like, man, I was resetting all day today. I had to reset, refocus, recommit several times. And it's just like, wow. And any one of them could have been a good enough excuse to not complete the work that day. I just choose not to have it be an excuse. I just get back on the track and just get through it. I don't wallow in it, right? And that being said, you guys, every one of our students doing 100 a week, we can make a lot of things happen, right? It's like it's just like I always said, you can't move a mountain by yourself very well, right? Whether you use a shovel or a backhoe, it's going to take you a while to move that mountain. But 2 backhoes is better than 1. 3 is better than 2, and so on. And we're all just lining up our team with backhoes. We're going to move mountains. We'll get down to 1 and say, okay, what's the next one? And you guys strengthen the numbers. And I'm going to go one more thing on this because I didn't finish my compilation of thoughts on the memes, but we've evolved those to an amazing point, and I know where it's going. But the power of consensus with all of us, those same images, putting them out there, unfreaking real. Now, Rory built this thing back in, oh gosh, 95. It would have been 95. So 30 years ago. And the concept of it, right, was a marketing process and that was phenomenal. Guys, I was making net $50,000+ every month off of this one website. Okay. And there's a concept on it that was one of the main reasons why it worked as well as it did and did all that stuff there. And while it's dynamically different today, that concept still works. And I know it will. But what it works with is our memes. So let's just say that I've had this amazing plan brewing for years. And now that we can facilitate things the way that we are, and because of the PBS Vortex, and because of the methodology of utilizing the data the way we are, oh, I got something cool. I got something so freaking cool, and we're not that far away. Like, I think we can launch it out. Oh, August. And this will be text number 5. And it's going to be like so good. So as you're processing, right, we're going to have a rhythm. So I'm going to tell you guys the rhythm because I think it might be good for you guys to be aware of the rhythm, right? So every 3 weeks, right? So minimum 3 weeks. So some of us have, months old and no more than 500 a week. We can't violate that. And 500 is kind of pushing it, but not all of us have 500 per week for that long. We want to get, so in August, when I launch the next thing out there, we want to have a rhythm where every 3 weeks, and then we're going to make note of which ones those are because we're going to wait like a week. So every 3 weeks we'll be caught up and we're going to get it to where we're going to send this 100 to this one, 100 to this one, or 200 to 200. When you're building up fast enough, it's really hard to have 500 in a week. That'll help a lot of us catch up. But like I do 100 a week right now. I do 100 and I fight myself to do 100 because I have so much going on. I make sure I do 100, but it's like, it's great effort. Right. And I'm still catching up for the 100 I did. And you want to do that, but we're going to have this pattern where we send text number 4 and then the following week, we're going to send text 5 to those same people. So we're going to have to like chart where they're at. And we can do it all with the date of the last sent, right? We can do it by that. But we're going to have a pretty good rhythm where it's like, oh, they're a week old. We send this because we already did the 3 weeks. Like we're going to have to like, that's going to be the biggest challenge is that. But I'm going to show everybody how to do it. I already figured it out. So anyway, that's coming soon. I'm so excited. I guess I just want to spill the beans. Danny, you can start anytime, or I might say some more stuff. I probably should just mute out of here.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah.